Hello， 大家好，我是曾雷。
Oh my. Seems as though this Asian woman's going to cook something again. Hong Shao Rou. That's the Chinese word. English, I guess it's braised pork or braised pork belly, although I never really liked that name because, I don't know, I just think it doesn't suit. So if you can think of a better name for this, maybe you've had it before, or just by watching this you can think of a better name, let me know, because I'd like to use a different English name for it. I always just call it Hong Shao Rou. You're going to need some pork belly, that's a big piece. You're going to need some star anise, some cinnamon, a couple of time-traveling potatoes, and for color you're going to need some spring onion and a little bit of sugar. The Chinese would use rock sugar or ice sugar, but I think sugar is sugar when it's white, isn't it? It's just the shape that's different. If you can get your hands on some rock sugar, then by all means go ahead and use it. Alright, so our meat has half disappeared. We're going to cut into cubes. So start by cutting it into strips and then cut it the other way into cubes. If you're thinking that this knife is blunt, then oh my goodness. Our knife department guy, he's like, hey, do you want me to sharpen these knives for you? And the star is like, no time for that now. So the cameraman almost died because it was just so difficult to watch and dangerous. You know how they say a sharp knife is a safe knife? Grab your time-traveling potato, cut that into cubes. Ah! Is it a potato or a chunk of wood? It's hard to tell. Oh, yeah. Oh! She lost her finger there, but we put it back on in post-production. Okay, cubes. So pretty much like that. Those are big fat French fries, or chips. And now they are cubes. Potato dice. Now, chop this up with your dirty pork knife. If you want to sprinkle some on top at the end, use a clean knife when you cut that. Get yourself a fire and a wok and some oil. Make it nice and hot. Wait for it to be hot. Don't put it in while it's cold. If this wok looks a little dirty, it's because we just cooked something. She just cooked something in it. Not me. I'm just the narrator. I get paid by the word. Okay. Put the meat in like so. There we go. And quickly stir that around. Stir that straight away so it all gets covered in oil and doesn't stick. And you're just going to stir fry it till it's done more. This is about a minute later. Keep stirring it. Let it rest sometimes if you want. Now add your anise and your cinnamon. Man, I love cinnamon. You know what I was thinking before? Why don't they have cinnamon milkshakes? Do they have cinnamon flavored milkshakes? Because that's a good idea. If somebody gets rich from cinnamon flavored milkshakes, please, please. I'm poor. Okay, that's been stir fried for about a minute or two. Add some water. That's what braising is, right? Frying and then boiling. Add some water, stir it around. Okay, add some soy sauce. She didn't say soy sauce at the beginning. Use dark soy sauce, about a Chinese spatula full. Stir it in, and then think about it. Think about it some more and be like, nah, I think we need more than that, so I'll add a bit more. About a quarter of a spatula full. Chinese spatulas aren't flat, they're kind of curved like that, so it can hold soy sauce. Just use whatever spatula you got to fill it with soy sauce. Okay, stir that in. That looks pretty good. Now you're going to add your sugar. Like I said, use rock sugar if you want, but white sugar is just fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forget how many we've put in. What about more? 6, 7. I love to count. Now stir that in. That's pretty good. And just let that simmer down. There. Look at that! That's reduced just fine. Now, you can eat it like that, I suppose, if you're one of those aliens that doesn't like potatoes, but if you're a human being, add the potatoes in now. There we go. Stir those through. Add a bit more water and let that reduce down. Now why not put the potatoes in earlier, the first time you reduced it down? Because this dish, you really want the skin to be just like melt in your mouth tender. So, it has to cook for quite a while. This is about 15 minutes later. Just let that simmer 15 minutes. If you don't know if it's done or not, see if you can chop a potato with your spatula, and if it's nice and easy, then it's ready to eat. Or is it? No, we got to put in the spring onion just for color. If you don't want to put that in, whatever. Put in blueberries. That'll be colorful. Although blueberries are kind of black, aren't they? Why do they call them blueberries? Don't get me wrong, they are delicious. Okay, that's finished anyway, so turn off your fire. Put it onto a plate. And test it out. Believe it or not, this goes good with rice. What? Yeah. And it's a little bit sweet, it's not too sweet. Add more or less sugar if you like. It is really one of my favorite Chinese dishes of all time. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching everybody. Try that one, you will love it because it is excellent. See you next time.
然后又加了土豆，所以它不是特别甜，但是这个口感我觉得是完美的，很不错。谢谢看我的电影，拜拜。因为都是因为你，所以我现在有这么差的心情。